time to get rolling. Got to get down and get this thing washed out in Joplin, and then pick up my load in Springdale. Hopefully it's ready when I get there. And my hopes for them loading me out as soon as I got done and Claiborne is scratched. They don't have me picking up till the next morning, which means I have to find parking somewhere in Fort Worth area whenever they're done with me at Walmart. It just not great. There's just nothing out there, man, as far as parking, but we'll try to find somewhere. I know of a couple of streets where they do, shipping areas where they allow parking, and that's probably my best bet as far as finding parking. I'll try a couple of truck stops when I'm done, but I guess worst case scenario, and I do mean worst case scenario, if I can't find anywhere to park, I can drive up to Denton to the Hirschbach yard. Or they have a secondary yard over there in the south side of Denton that I could find parking. I really hate to do that because it's 35-40 minutes out of the way to find parking, but if that's my best shot of finding a legal, safe place to park, that might be what I have to do. So we'll see. Which is nice to know that they have a place. Like K&B used to use atomic truck parking in the Dallas side because the same reason. Like, you're just not going to find anywhere to park after a certain time of day, and if you do, you're going to have to pay for it and all that. So fun stuff, but nothing we can do about it tonight. Just go get this thing and get down there and get parked and get somewhere close and get parked. Not quite to Fort Worth. This thing delivers tomorrow afternoon, and the next one picks up the next morning in Grand Prairie, Texas. show you what I have to do here. You can see the trailers are too close together. I can't fit in there to get to the landing gear. So what I have to do, line the truck up just a little to the right of where I need to be. Let's turn this light on. And then back up to it. Just a little off center. See, it moved it a couple of inches. Pull out from under it. Do it again. Let's do that until I open up that gap wide enough. Of course, stupid air pressure. It's one of the many problems with these automatic trucks. This would have been no problem with the clutch. I could have just done that a few times, scoot the trailer over, get under it, lift the landing gear and go. And every time I hit the brakes here, every time I switch gears, it uses air pressure, and this truck has a super low tolerance for that stuff, where if I get under 100 PSI, it doesn't want to let me move the truck at all. It's a real pain in the butt. Ah, great. Doesn't look like it's going to let me move it any further. It's going to slide the truck because of the ice. That was a waste of time. I need to go find a SWAT driver, see if they can move it. You guys have a shack driver working?
I don't know anything about that, man.
Okay, is there someone in there I talked to? Hello. No shuttle driver. I guess the best next option is to see if I can't move this next trailer next to it. I really don't like to do that because it's not a Hirschback trailer, but if it's low enough, I can maybe grab a hold of it, move it out of the way a little bit. Pain in the butt.
Keep right. Turn right, then keep right.
Yeah, I know I don't have my seatbelt on because I'm going through a parking lot. Seek truck. Might be able to grab that trailer next to it, move it over a little bit so I can get to mine. Really don't like hooking up to other people's equipment, but I'm not going to sit here an hour. You know, it said 45 minutes, but you know, by the time I get somebody out here to help me, it might be an hour, hour and a half. I got places to be, man. Well, now the shag driver's over here. and he's gonna ignore me, act like he can't hear my horn. It's all right. The trailer next to it's too close. The other on the other side's the one I'm trying to get out. Just hold on. By the time he came out here, he'd already done what I wanted done. I already moved the trailer over a little bit, but he was already out here, so I asked him to raise it up so I could drop the landing gear a little bit, where I can actually raise the landing gear without fighting for 6 hours. Kind of take one of these wires and wire it shut. It'll hold that plug in. If the spring's broken, I'll just wire it shut. Not a perfect fix, but it keeps the pigtail from falling out every time I make a turn. Of course, no air. Gotta get some ink pens. All I've got left is a Sharpie. And it does the job, but not really what the tool for the job. Good Lord, I've been here for an hour. Pain in my butt. sitting here getting fuel, and I almost got all the fuel. All of a sudden, it just fell out. Just fell off. It's never happened to me before. But I got most of the fuel in here. I got it almost all the way full. But I went in there and told them about it before I moved my truck, so they didn't think I ripped it out with the truck. But it just fell out.
One of our tire shop people got to come up and look at it.
Alright.
Did you have a big spill when it happened?
No, I just spewed a little bit. There's no major spill or anything.
Okay, I didn't want you to lose fuel you paid for,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
I just never had one fall off like that. That's
Yeah,
weird.
and I've never had to deal with that, so I'm hoping one of the tire
I was
techs
sitting there
can
holding the
fix it.
thing and it just jumped out of its socket. I'm like, that's weird. Did somebody rip it off recently or something? Maybe it
I'm
wasn't.
not sure. I know they said 18 was messed up earlier, but you're on 19, right?
Right.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure about 19.
I need the that thing, cat scale. Yeah. Spot here in Eufaula, 4.5, 5 hours from Claiborne. I have just enough time to take a 10-hour break and get there on time, and I'm not really going to try to get down there and park because my next load doesn't pick up till the next morning, so no matter what I do today, it's not going to change what I end up having to do tomorrow, which is trying to find parking around Fort Worth. I know I've said that a bunch in this video, but man, I am not looking forward to that. I might get lucky. It's happened sometimes where you just sneak in and find a spot, but that is not the norm. That's not the average situation in Fort Worth, that region, at that time of day. You know, maybe they'll get me in and out really quickly because my appointment's at 2 in the afternoon, and if they get me out in like 2 hours, I can maybe sneak in and find a spot. But if they're like average, you know, 3-4 hours, I'm going to be getting out of there at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon and trying to find a place to park in there. 6 o'clock in the evening it's like not going to happen kind of thing unless you just get lucky, and every now and then I do, but can't rely on luck. And I hate that they schedule loads like that and you just kind of have to deal with it without having a dedicated place to park. Because, you know, if I get out of there at at 6, 7 o'clock in the afternoon and have to try to find a place to park, the options are real slim. I don't know exactly what they expect you to do other than just keep looking for parking. There's always this nightmare scenario in my head, like just I can't find a place to park and I'm searching all over town. I ended up having to go 30, 40 miles out of where I'm supposed to be just to find parking. I've never had to do that except for around like Chicago. in Chicago, I've had to go over to the next state looking for parking, which, I mean, I know it's on the border, but you know, it's a good 40-minute drive through Chicago traffic to find parking. Fort Worth area is not much better. I really don't understand why cities don't think about it that much. It's like the closer you are to a major city, the less parking there is and the more trucks there are. And it just doesn't make any sense to me why they don't have huge, and I mean huge, parking places for trucking, because everything you use is brought in by trucks, everything. And there's no place for us, man. Like, the whole thing is designed where you get in and you have to get out. Well, what if the next load doesn't pick up till the next day and it's in the same area? I just got to find somewhere to park it for 10 hours or 20 hours or whatever the number is, and there's just nothing out there. I might be saying all this for nothing. Might get in there tomorrow and first place I try has a parking space for me, but that has not been my experience in that area at that time of day. So it's kind of a dark cloud over my head right now because I'm just not anticipating that tomorrow. But I got exactly a 10-hour break to put in here, and that'll give me enough time to get to Claiborne around 1:32. My appointment's at 2:35, I think it said, so can't get in there until 1:30. So I'm only 4.5 hours away. Roll out of here around 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll get on down there and get delivered. Pray to God I can find somewhere to park. Solved for me with parking. There's a dirt lot over here. There's a bunch of trucks parked over there. It looks like that I could just maybe find a spot over there and hide out for a few hours. And if not, there's some people parked out on the street here. It looks like it wouldn't be a problem for me to take one of those spots. Hopefully that's where I'll end up today. 25 minutes. I stood against that stupid wall. So when they're ready for me, I could walk up and they could read the information I wrote down and say, okay, we'll call you when we're done. If they don't see how disrespectful that shit is, I asked for a pen and the guy just ignored me like I wasn't talking. Just kept his head down and wouldn't look up. Couldn't hope for better than that. They had parking right next door in this little empty lot. I don't know how much longer this will be available because it's all junked up. Like if you look, it's got crap all over it. I don't feel like walking back there again, but it's nasty back there. So who knows how long they'll keep this available. Crappy drivers running for everyone. But I found a place to park. Next load picks up. I believe it was 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Let me double check that. Yeah, 11 a.m. at Grand Prairie. Means I'll roll out of here at like 9. Gives me 2 hours to get over there. It's like a 30-minute drive. Since it's Sunday, probably won't have any problems getting over there. And that's going to Memphis. Is it just going to Memphis? Because that's like 2 days. I bet it's not. Nope. Let's see. I gotta look into this. This thing's got 4 stops on it. Alright, so that load picks up tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Goes to Longview, Texas the next morning for 6 a.m. And then the Tuesday morning in Memphis at 8 a.m. So a real short load on that first part, just from Grand Prairie to Longview. It's only a 4-hour drive, I think. It's between Dallas and Houston, so Dallas and Shreveport anyway. Yeah, because it's on I-20. So that's the plan. I'm gonna chill for now and go pick this thing up tomorrow morning.